Hello, and welcome back. We're trying something a little bit different today. I know I look kind of goofy, and that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. However, the looks is not the concern. I can't see shit. Anyways, what is this? Sunlight? Damn you, sunlight. The reason I'm dressed up like this today is A, I thought it would be kind of fun. You know, I'm gonna build myself a character, and I'm going to say, hello, and welcome back. So obviously, I've got a bit of a get up today, I look a little different. And there's a point to that. There's a big old point to that. We'll get there. This is gonna be a new segment. I'm going to call it Working with Demons, or Facing Your Demons. Now, I had realized something. I've been doing tarot readings for a while, and I don't know why, but it finally occurred to me. I think I was reflecting the energy onto myself. So whenever I was doing a reading, I was doing it for me. Not... Because I've been watching other readers, and they keep saying, let's see what's going on in the collective. Let's tap into that energy. And I actually had to stop for a second. I'm like, wait. Because I resonate with every single tarot reading I do. Now, again, I don't know if other tarot readers feel the same. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe I just, I get mixed in there, because technically, you are the universe, you are a part of the universe, so if I'm doing a reading for you, I am kind of doing a reading for me. So if that is the case, and I truly am doing readings just for myself, I'll take it. That's okay. I actually want to help any way I can. And if you seeing me uncovering my demons helps you, then so be it. However, this time my intention is actually to try to reach out to the collective. And reach the collective energy. I found out I'm really good at projecting energy, but not so much as connecting or absorbing. Well, okay, that's a lie. I'm really good at absorbing energy. But I don't feel like I'm as good connecting to energy. That is something I've always felt. Because, I just recently got into a spot where I'm connecting to myself. So, with that being the case, like I said, I honestly can't tell. If I sit here and meditate and I'll be like, okay, let's meditate and see if I'm tapping into the collective. Honestly, I don't know if there's a difference. I don't know if I feel a difference. So I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm just going to roll with it. And the reason I'm dressed like this will actually be revealed at the end. However, the character I am playing today is you guessed it, a Kitsune demon, a fox demon. This is the only thing I could find at Walmart. I honestly actually wanted some horns, but I found this instead. So I'm like, we're gonna roll with it. I like this better, because you know what? Fox demons are clever. I do like me some chaos, but I also love me some cleverness. I mean, like, ha 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 ha. So unfortunately, the fox spirit kind of matches my spirit. But the fox spirit isn't like, up in your face about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm clever, suck my dick, I'm out. That's essentially the chaotic energy I want to embody. Get in, get the message, get the hell out. Okay, I forgot to meditate, so... In fact, I didn't even pull from the deck. Alright, we're gonna sit here for a minute in silence. I'm opening up my heart, my chakras, and I am connecting to consciousness. I'm connecting to the collective. Now see, I feel an expansion in my heart. And I don't know if that truly is feeling a part of the collective. I honestly felt like, or I imagined, it would feel like sitting in an ocean, and you're just kind of one with the ocean. That's how I imagined it. Maybe I've been connected to the collective and I just didn't know it. I don't know. Either way, let's see if the energy of this reading is a little different. Alright, Spirit, I'm actually trying to make a reading for everyone, instead, not just myself. However, I am open to whatever the message is. If it is just for me, if it's for everyone, I'm fine with that. Just basically, I am open to what the cards have to say. What is it that you would like to tell us in this current moment? What is it that I need to hear? Or should hear? Be brought to my attention, you get what I'm saying. The first card is... I can't actually see. Wow, I still can't see. It is the Knight of Discs. Wow, I need a better thread count. I can't see through this thing. Oh my god, I can feel my beard. It is the Knight of Discs. So typically, without even having to check the book, because I just realized I don't even have my book, going all natural, raw dogging it today. We got the Knight of Discs. And as I've been learning from watching other people and connecting with the cards, I got to the point I actually do sleep with them. I carry them around, that's why I have them. So, the Knights typically move. Their movement, they're going, they're travelers, they're carriers, they are couriers. Typically, in the olden days, obviously, before they had vehicles, to transfer notes, letters, items, you had the pony, the good old Pony Express. So, typically, I mean, obviously this dude's not on a horse, but the knights typically are, in the pictures. And this is discs, which transfers to pentacles. So this is the very Knight of Pentacles. Now, knights typically tend to guard or have a very specific purpose. It's more along a gopher. I want to say it's a gopher. Some knights specifically defend, some knights train, some knights, like each knight gets its own role. So this could very well be a knight is coming to you with pentacles, with abundance, because pentacles typically tends to be, I'm pretty sure it's actually an earth sign, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, because wands are fire, swords... Ah, fuck, I don't remember. Anyways, that's not important. It is important, but it's not important. So I'm pretty sure the pentacles are ground. So either someone is bringing you a structure, or someone is bringing you abundance. It doesn't actually have to be monetary value. It could be abundance in love, abundance in just anything, emotional abundance, just abundance in general. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. Whenever you say abundance, people always think, oh, money. No. No. I mean, yes, but no. Abundance also qualifies for friends. Anything you have in your life, even if it's one, that is still an abundance. Anything after 0 is abundance. Even 0, surprisingly, is abundance. That's kind of hard to explain. However, pentacles. Alright, Spirit. Like I said, I'm raw dogging it here. I don't have any cards. Please help me receive the message. I am correct. There is either a knight on the way with abundance, or there is a knight who is defending your abundance, your ground. Someone, I believe, is here to help. I believe that's what it's saying. Now, a big part of me has always been scared. There's been an underlying fear of, if I do tarot cards, am I going to tell people the wrong message? Am I going to be, well, that's the point of meditating. You kind of just go with it. If it resonates with you, let it be. If it doesn't, ignore it. These are not set in stone. These are not meant to be future tellers. I am not reading you your future. I am saying possible outcomes of what might be in your energy field. However, energy shifts and changes every day. I remember being mad because tarot readings literally would be different the next day. It's like, oh, this is going to happen to you. And then the next day I'm like, okay, what's going to happen now? Then you get a completely different reading. I'm like, yesterday you're saying it's coming, now you're saying it's not coming. I don't understand. Well, that's because the energy in you changes and reflects and moves. So if I tell you, oh, maybe love is coming into your life, and then you're like, wait, what? Love? I'm not ready for this. And then you block it. And then you're like, wait a minute, this dude said love was coming in my life, but there's no love. What the fuck? So there's a lot of interpretation that can easily go wrong. Basically, what I'm saying is, take it with a grain of salt. I am not, like, fucking telling you this is set in stone. Okay? I'm merely tapping into some energy and reading what it says. Now, this does resonate to me. I have had readings. If this is something that is resonating in my life, like, hey man, that's cool. Let me see if I can keep going. What else we got going? That is not one of the cards. I can't even see my deck. Okay, and the next card is the 7... I'm sorry, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of swords. Nope, 8 of wands. Now let me just show you the card. The 8 of wands. Honestly, if you look at it, in my opinion, if we're just going off the pictures here, it looks like stage lights. It's almost like there's this big event going on, and you're in it, or you're invited to it. Almost seems like to me, because wands typically are creative. Those I know are fire signs. Which one was the air signs? There's the swords, the pentacles, the cups. I think the cups are water. So what is the air sign? The swords. The swords are air signs. So the wands are fire. Those typically are connected to passion, creativity, anything in that essence. Now, if we want to go as far as saying 8, in my mind, if you had to separate numbers into masculine and feminine, 8 would be a female, or a feminine energy. Typically, when you deal with creativity, now I'm not saying, again, men can't be creative, but typically, when you tap into a creative energy, it is classified as the feminine energy. Working from that side of the brain, the creative side, the non-logical side, typically is the feminine energy. And then you work from the male side, which is the logical, the algorithmic, I don't know what else, there's a word. The computational side. The left side, the feminine side, is creative. The right side is computational. So, in my mind, if numbers had to be assigned to a gender, ones or odd numbers are male, even numbers are female. So either way, this has to do with a creative project. Some kind of passion, some kind of burning. Maybe it is relating to the person. Whoops. Maybe this has to do with the person. Maybe the person is something of a performer, or just someone who stands up on stage or really takes the limelight. Okay? It's very possible that this is someone who either is a star or you see them as a star. Basically, I'm just getting, not prissy energy, but like royalty energy, in the sense of I hold myself high up in regards, but not egotistical. Okay? So this person, if it is a person, or a project, it could be a project too. If it's a project, then it's one that's going to put you on the center stage. Perhaps it is something that you get recognition for. Now, I'm not saying it's literally going to be this big grand gesture and you're going to be invited on a stage where you play in front of thousands. No. Maybe it's a project that gets you noticed, seen. It doesn't necessarily mean you will be on stage, you will be a performer. It could be. Energy is energy, and the issue is, it's not black and white. There's not even shades of gray. It's literally, the best way to explain it is I'm looking at a polychromatic energy, and you're looking at all the colors, and you're looking at, and part of it, it's like, oh man, there's a lot there, and I'm trying to sort it out. But reality, what needs to happen is you let go of the creative side and just be like, okay, stop being logical and just let the energy flow. I kick myself in the butt all the time, like I hold myself back. So, that is part of the reasons I have difficulty with tarot cards as opposed to oracle cards. And I'm actually going to do a whole video onto why oracle are easier for me or what the difference is. Tarot cards, they're a little more challenging for me to understand. Which brings us to the next card. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Well, here you see... Interesting. I'm just rolling with it here, man. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself. Because it's like I'm doing the reading and it's like, is this actually telling me what I want to hear? Or is this actually a real reading? Because then if this is the case, this follows up. The 7 of Cups, as we were talking about water earlier. Water is change, it's transformation. In my mind. I mean, technically everything can, because fire can also signify transformation. But water, you know what? Maybe water has to do with going with the flow. Going with the flow and letting this happen. In my mind, this picture, I just really don't like saying this, because it's not coming from a sense of I want, or you are deserving. But it's not from a mindset of ego. It feels like somebody is coming in to help you, to share with you, to love you, to fill your cup, okay? That is what this picture looks like in my mind. It's got this cat girl, really sexy ass cat girl, with 7 cups. She's got 6 cups above her head, which typically signifies balance. And then the 7th cup is her overfloweth cup. She has so much going on right now that she is pulling you up and pouring into your cup. Now, technically, you don't ever really need someone else to fill up your cup for you. The only time this happens, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it's helpful to have someone step and help you out. No, we don't really need help, but it's nice, okay? It's nice to receive and accept help. And that is something I am learning, is how to receive. So it's not from a position of, this person is coming into my life and this is what they're going to bring me. It's, wow, this person might be coming into my life and they actually want to help me. They want to bless me. This person is actively trying to come into my life to bless me. Now the question is, are you going to let it happen? Maybe that's what it is for you. That's what it feels like for me. I've been getting other signs, because if this is the case, this resonates with the other readings I get. I also watch other tarot readers just because it's fun. Sometimes I don't feel like tapping into the energy, and I'm just bored, and I want to watch something, So I'll just flip on one of my YouTubers and I watch them. And this actually resonates with me with some of the other readings I'm getting from other tarot readers. That's one of the other things. Now, I'm not saying go out and about and go crazy and just get every tarot reading you can, because reality, unfortunately, there's a lot of not good tarot readers too. There are a lot of them that do just give you what you want to hear. Readings that feed the ego. I'm not trying to feed the ego. I'm literally just trying to read energy. And whatever's there is there. Alright? You can believe me. I don't care. Honestly. whether you believe me or not. That is the whole point, is for your discernment. Is to be like, okay, does this resonate with me? Is this true? Do I feel like what he is saying actually holds weight in my heart? Or is this man just a crazy dude wearing a mask? Because for me, it's bitterness. I was always raised to not accept help. That I need to pull myself up by my own damn bootstraps. Yes. So this is why I'm actually, I can feel it. I can feel myself getting edgy out of this energy. It's actually making me uncomfortable. So if you're someone who has an issue or has trauma relating to receiving, I'll sort it out. Because honestly, receiving is a gift for you and them. And it's so frustrating for me is because I can understand, but yet I still feel this way. Oh my God, stop moving up on my face. Why are you moving? It makes me uncomfortable to receive gifts. Truthfully. Due to narcissism, I've had people in my life, anytime I got a gift, there was a cost. Or anytime I got a gift, it was quickly taken away. It was never truly a gift. It was manipulation. It was, here's a reward with a cost. Here's a, I owe you. Here's a favor you get to pay back, or something I can hold over your head for the rest of your life. Like every little thing. I remember one day, like my stepmom saying, oh look, I bought you a poster. Don't say I never did anything for you. That kind of stuff blocks you. You're like, I don't want to receive because of assholes like that. And I'm sorry, I'm being subjective. I can feel my own energy coming out. Gotta pull it back. They don't understand. They're not assholes. That's speaking out of anger. But it is true that is manipulation. That is gaslighting. That is the reason, or part of the reason, I don't want to accept. I don't want to accept help of any kind. I don't feel like I need it. Part of it feels like I don't feel like I deserve it, So with this reading telling me, and this is what it is telling me, you decide for yourself. Again, I'm not going to tell you what it's reading. I read the energy and I say, look, this is what the cards are telling me. Then you decide beyond that point. Okay? Now when I say working with demons, this is exactly what's going on here. This reading just revealed to me one of my personal demons. I have issues with receiving. I have been so effing hypervigilant all my life that even now, at my current state, the cards are like, dude, there is someone in your life who loves you enough. This is the reading I'm getting to myself. There is someone who actually wants to help me, who loves you, whether it's romantic or not. Because anyone who's willing to bless someone, that's out of sheer love. This is actually love. Not out of manipulation or something bad and this is a gift that you don't want. This is someone or something, whether it be an actual physical person or the universe, coming to you or showing up in your world or reality in some form or fashion to assist you in a way that you may never have been assisted. Because I know for a fact, my cup's always been empty. Or that's how I felt. Because I've always poured it out to everyone else. And I've never actually tried to fill up my own cup. Well, once I got to the point I filled up my own cup, I never had any friends or family or anyone who, this is how I feel. I never had anyone who would do the same for me. And now that I actually have the divine saying, hey, there's someone trying to come into your life who wants to pour into you. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Damn it. And Spirit's just like, okay, it's not supposed to be scary. I'm not trying to scare you. It's a blessing. They love you. Why are you running and hiding? I was like, I don't know. Let's ask the tarot cards. Why am I running and hiding? What does that say? God, I can't see. The fuck does that even say? The 5 of discs? Interesting. Which is ironic, because it's actually a picture of a dude running away. See? See what I'm saying? I read energy. It doesn't mean I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not exactly a science. It's not magic either, but it's confused. It's a little hard to explain. I'll explain it in another video. And in my mind, this one is the 5 of Pentacles, which again, as we said, the Pentacles has to deal with abundance. Oh, son of a bitch. That just clicked in my head. So when I asked, the reason I am afraid is because I don't want them to come into my life with fake promises of, oh look, I'm going to pour into your cup. I'm going to be your friend. I love you. Let's be friends. Let's pour into each other's cups. And I'm like, nah, dog, you here trying to steal my cup. F you, I'm out. That is literally my trauma. Because then people come into my life and it's like, okay, well, let's be friends. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. And then I find out it's a parasitic energy. It always has been. Like, I had a best friend recently who I used to stream with. Well, I found out he only streamed when I streamed. Now, maybe he didn't get comfortable. Maybe he wanted a friend. But he wasn't serious about it. In fact, I noticed he actually got mad that he wasn't getting viewers when I wasn't in there. And I'm like, oh. So he only wanted to stream with me because I was getting viewers. Okay. So he wanted to collab with me only to get something from me. So I feel like I have to hide my abundance. Because people have come in before and promised me great things, goody goodies. Oh look, we have this awesome thing over here. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's just like, welcome to hell, we have cookies. I'm just kidding, there ain't no fucking cookies. What do you think, this is hell? That's basically how I feel. You walk in somewhere and they're like, we love you. We want to, literally like my last job. We love you, we'll give you a raise, we'll give you whatever you want. Then you get in the door, I can't even get help. I can't even get them to fix my schedule. I can't even get them to pay me. Like, I had to beg them to give me my paycheck. It's crazy. So I've always felt like I can't trust people. Because those people who come in always want to take. Now that is an old program. And I'm saying this now, Adam, let it go. Let it go! I'm sick of holding on to it. So this is where I say we work with our demons. I am specifically here. And this series is going to be specifically focused on your demons. My demons. Our demons. Collective demons. Negative energy. Whatever you want to call it. This is now a new series. And guess what, baby? Whipping this bitch back out. This was the very first, I say it's a tarot deck, but technically it's an oracle deck. The very first deck I ever bought. And this actually helped me through a lot. In fact, I wouldn't be the person I am today. However, nobody likes shadow work. If you like shadow work, it's my personal opinion, there's something wrong with you. I've been doing this shadow work. Doesn't mean I fucking like it. It has been hell. Literally, actual hell. Because shadow work, essentially, is you walking in the closet full of, you ready for this, personal demons. And then you flip on that light switch, you're like, demons everywhere. Turn off the light. You're just like, oh, I can't do that. Not gonna deal with that. Now I'm over here like, okay, that was scary. Turn on the light, turn it back off. Alright, well, now I know I have a closet full of demons. Let's start cleaning it out. So instead of flipping on the light switch and seeing everything all at once, I bought this deck. And I call it my flashlight deck. Because it is the light that illuminates my shadows. It helped me through so much. I literally be like, alright, what's my next demon? What's my next shadow? And this is where I talk about working with demons. They are not something to cast off. They are not something to be scared of. They are merely a reflection of you. Okay? That's why they say personal demons. You are battling your personal demons. Yes, they are scary, because it is an unforeseen part of yourself. A demon is technically just negative energy that actually formed, you ready for this? Your trauma, your hurt. The demon is a manifestation of a specific or multiple traumas or wounds. Okay? So, when these demons manifest, that is you acting off of the traumas. Like, I used to be really angry of a person. It's because that's what I learned. My dad literally could not communicate. The only time he ever opened his mouth was to yell. Again, that is being a little dramatic. I can feel my energy. I'm a little angry. There's some bitterness coming out. But there is still some truth to that. Unfortunately, there is some exaggeration, but at the same time, there is not. Most of the time, it was just to yell. So, being a kid submerged in that, guess what? You become what you hate in order to survive. I was a manipulator. I was angry. I lied. I cheated. I did whatever I had to get what I wanted, because I felt like that was the only way to get it. I was a demon. I was a monster. Not necessarily. That is just me judging myself too hard. But that is how I felt. Because I had realized I was acting from a place of anger, a place of not good. Not good. Okay? So I'm like, alright, this sucks, but let's do it. So I took that deck and I said, one at a time, I'm going to flash this light on my demons. And I'm going to pull them out. And I'm not going to yell at them, no. I'm going to make friends with them. Because you look at them and you're like, wow, now that I actually see you in the light, you are just an aspect of me that's hurting. And I know you have been hurting me, but that's not because you chose to. That's all you know. So now I am here to heal you, to help you. Let us let go of that wound that caused you to be a demon in the first place. And that is when you heal the past. That is when you heal the trauma. That is when you heal your childhood. However, in my case, I decided to say, hey, that's cool. You guys are my personal demons. I acknowledge that, and I'm willing to help and heal you guys. However, and I don't know if this truly is how it works, I'm just kind of being quirky. Once they clear out that negative energy, they probably aren't actual demons anymore. And we only say demons because that is an energy that is parasitic. So the demons actually suck or absorb your energy. And that is why we get so drained. But it is literally a literal sense and a metaphorical sense. Because every time you enact from this place of fear or trauma, that is giving out your energy. But since it's from a negative standpoint, it's giving out negative energy. And then you continue to feed this demon, reinforcing the trauma and the hate and the negative energy. Feeding the demon. People often think it's an entity outside of ourselves, and it is a physical manifestation. Okay, I will not deny that is possible, yes. Okay, that is a separate topic. We can talk about that in another topic. However, the demons I'm talking about are the little ones that are on your shoulder. These aren't that big. Sure, I talk about the metaphor of having a closet full of them, but let me get my words straight. The demons I'm talking about are still manageable. However, if you let it get too far, that is where people end up in jail. That is where you end up hurting someone. That is when you make a choice that you can never come back from. And then that is when people feel like they are gone and they are lost and they are beyond redemption and saving. That is also not true. However, definitely sucks ass. And you gotta go through, you gotta lay in the bed. You made the choice, you gotta lay in the bed. It sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. I'm a number one hypocrite of that. Because then you get mad and you're like, well, why am I laying in this bed? It's because you fucking made it. You dingling. You did this to yourself. And then I used to get mad at that. But it's like, well, eventually you let it go. It's like, alright, I finally got to a point. It's like working at a convenience store. At first, you're like, oh, I'm so scared. There's a monster in the closet. You literally get to the point, it's like, flick. Oh, hey, this is my past childhood trauma from being abandoned. I love you. You're healed. Next! That's basically where I'm at now. Because the biggest part about it is feeling the feelings of the trauma. That is the uncomfortable part people truly cannot deal with. Because in order to let go of these demons, you have to feel the feeling. You can't ignore it. There is a reason you are angry. There is a reason that energy formed in the first place. Okay? So I'm not saying stuff that anger. Because by God, I used to stuff my anger because I thought that was the healthy option. Then I started harming myself. That's not the option. Okay? It's not a good option. So since you can't stuff it, you have to feel it. You have to let it go. Feel it and let it go. I know it sucks. I know it hurts. I know while you're in the middle of the feeling, everything is being torn apart. I speak from acknowledgement and experience. What I am telling you, I understand is not easy. Working with your demons is not easy. As I had said, I have hurt myself, physically, numerous times. Almost ended up in the hospital, numerous times. But guess what? I'm still here. Okay? I was strong enough to do it, so are you. So if you're truly done with old patterns, and truly done with these masks, because that's what it really is. The demon is a mask. It's a mask you wear. Unconsciously. Because then it's like, oh, I'm at work and someone triggered me. And, oh wow. I do not like having that seam on my face. That is really triggering my autism. However, I can actually see better. Oh, fuck. I don't like this anyways. Video's almost over. So you put on the mask, not knowing. So you get triggered. My ego got triggered. I am angry. I am upset. And then the mask goes on. And then you play this role of the victim, of the demon, of... Rrr. But then the flashlight literally just... Because at first, we think these demons are something apart from us. They're not. Really, when we take that flashlight and we turn it on, it's actually truly a mirror. It's not illuminating some space where monsters hide. It's illuminating the corners of your mind, the dark reaches of yourself that you refuse to see. Because guess what? It is very necessary. What is in the dark will be brought to light. It's the only way to heal. And the reason I am doing this quirky shit, because next video, I'm actually going to have a full persona. Okay, I can't. Oh, I can't do that anymore. I'm actually going to have a full persona. I'm actually going to be like quirky and embodying this energy of humor. Mainly because, as we just got done saying, shadow work hurts a lot. And if putting on this cheap, crappy $3 Walmart mask, it's $3 for a piece of $3 Walmart mask, putting this on and acting like an idiot or a goober helps make light of this situation, then I will do it. Because shadow work, like I said, it is not easy. And if I can make it a little bit lighter, That's what I'm here for. Like I said, I spent my entire life running away from my story. And then God's like, no, dude, tell your story. Don't be attached to the story, okay? Heal and let it go. But tell your story. Because people need to hear. Like I said, facing demons, I've literally been on the bathroom, in the bathtub, with a knife on the counter, calling my family. Like, guys, I don't know what to do. And because I have been to that point, I can pull it back and say, hey, you, I understand what you're going through. Because you know what the truth is about something like that, about suicide and facing your demons? You don't have anyone to talk to about it. And that is the worst part. You can't go up to your family and say, hey, or maybe you can. I couldn't. But I couldn't go up to my family and say, guys, I'm struggling. I'm angry. I need help. Or just, guys, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to live here anymore. Please, talk to me. Help me. Because it's always so uncomfortable. Then it puts your family in a weird spot and you're like, oh my God. You know, and then instantly, I used to play or feel the role of, well, I don't want to be a burden to anyone else. I don't want to put that burden on someone. Because you just feel the energy shift. You're like, hey, can we have a talk? I'm suicidal. They're just like, it's like they're walking on eggshells from that point on with you for a while. And I hate that feeling. That gut feeling of being like, they're afraid to talk to me. They think I'm unstable. And that's not necessarily the case. You're not broken. You're just overloaded. So I hope this video reaches you in lieu of a conversation. Instead of actually trying to say, hey, and reach out to every single individual, which is impossible. It's impossible. The easiest way for you to reach people these days is social media. So even if I can't reach you individually, hopefully my words and my energy reached you. Hop off this phone or computer, have a good cry, do whatever you gotta do, let those emotions out. Reset, pick yourself back up, and continue on. I don't like doing this, because I don't like the idea of being open to people again, because it takes my energy. And I've had people lie and use and take my energy. But this is for those who are actually truly struggling. If you are currently in this moment, or within the next 2 months, truly at the edge, and feel like you're ready to fall, because I can promise you, there was a few times I was suicidal, and they were just attempts or cries for help. However, getting into my adult life, it got scarier because I finally got to a point I realized I was not afraid. I was okay with actually doing it. And that feeling is the most terrifying thing in the world, because it's like, wow, I have actually lost my luster for life. I am so distraught and upset that I am truly willing to throw everything away. For those who don't know what it's like to be on the edge of that knife, because again, you can't really tell people how you feel. It's like, and then honestly, you get those suicide hotlines. I actually tried one. They're garbage, dude. Hopefully they actually help people, but they didn't help me. He's literally like, oh, hey, what's wrong? I was like, well, this. And they're like, okay. Well, that sucks. It's like, yeah. Literally, the conversation actually went like this, and it's like, well, sounds like you've been dealing with a lot, man. Like, what's been keeping you going? And I actually stopped. I'm like, sheer force of will. Sheer willpower. That's it. And then eventually I got to the point I actually did fall asleep. But, you know, and they look at the chat and it's like, oh, they fell asleep, or they died. That's it. Literally says, hey, you stopped responding, I'm gonna have to go, have a great day. It's like, no cops showed up at my house. Nothing. Nothing happened. So, you have my phone number, and I've stopped replying. Isn't there some kind of failsafe to say, hey, maybe this guy just killed himself, we're gonna send out a nearest operative? They didn't even do that. In fact, all they did was document my depression and said, oh, yeah, he is 32 years old, male, and he's upset with life, and he's ready to kill himself. Yeah, I was gonna log that in the file. Oh, look, he stopped replying. Patient may be asleep and or dead. Close. That's not help. That's not help. So I will continue this series. Oh, what I was going to say is I'm going to make a Discord. If this is something you guys truly want, because I know Christmas time is coming around, and there's a bunch of other shit going on that I can't even talk about. It's going to be a crazy couple of months, especially for me. Especially for me. I can already see a little bit of my own future. But, if you truly are struggling and you don't have anyone else to talk to, even if I get one like on this video, or I get a comment or a like, I will set up a mental health Discord specifically for mental health. It can be a get-together where everybody just kind of hangs out. I don't truly plan on making it a community unless it develops into one. Then I actually will. If I see it actually growing into something, then I will feed it. I will feed it. I will feed that pig. But for now, if it's just a little something, you know, like maybe I have 4 or 5 people in the Discord and we just kind of chat and maybe click and end up being friends and having some gaming buddies. I mean, even something as simple as that, sure. But if it actually fully grows into something, I will let you know now. I will 100% put in full effort. And the only reason I'm not putting into effort right now is just because I have other places I have to put my energy. And if I see this something actually coming to fruition, then I'll be like, okay, this is something that actually needs attention, and I will give it attention. But until then, if I get a like or a comment, even if it's one, requesting the Discord, I will do it. And then I will post it in a separate video saying, hey, this is the Discord, this is the link, yada yada yada, and I will set up the rules, and we will go over it. But that's again only if this video gets any kind of acknowledgement. I'm not just gonna go out of my way and set it up right off the bat. I might start. I might have space. Now I'm just rambling. Anyways, we'll call it quits here. This is again gonna be a ongoing series. Cause the other thing you gotta think about is if you believe in reincarnation, every lifetime has its own demons. We got a lot to cover. Till next time. Have a great day. Oh wow, this looks totally different without the thing. I don't like it. I gotta have this thing on. This looks bad. This looks dorky. Anyways, have a great day. I'm gonna go home and eat.